now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the country, we're glad you're here. Let's all wave at each other. Who's ready to build a great company and help a lot of people? Anybody? My gosh, I love seeing your faces. You are a good-looking, awesome bunch. My name is Rick. We're joined with a lot of incredible people here today, much more capable than I, to talk about this wonderful company. And we have a great gift for you at the end because we actually view Nikken as a gift. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the schematic of the company. We're going to have an incredible presentation on the product line and what we're all about by Dr. Gary Linder. We're going to go all around the country to hear from some incredible people who've had incredible experiences with Nikken. And at the end, we're going to share with you how this gift can be part of you and your family. So we're going to start out by telling you, in the words of our former president, what is, so that you can make a decision as to whether this is something that might want to be the gift for you running into 2020. So let me mute everybody and we will get after it. So let me share my screen and we will have an incredible presentation. So once again, welcome to the Holiday Blast. Let's talk about Nikken. Nikken, very simple thing that we do. We can help when you hurt. What Microsoft did for computers and Apple's did for phones, Nikken has done for our health. And I want you to think of something. Countless billions have been spent on sick care. Almost no one has studied our health. For 4 decades, we've done that. And beginning here and now with you, we're going to answer the question of how to be healthy and what that means. And we're going to probably do some things and take it to a place that most people don't think about. Nikken is a research development company founded in 1975. Our goal and our idea was to make people's lives better. We've done billions in global sales on 5 continents, all word of mouth. We've impacted millions of lives, but we are ready for a next phase. We are not going to stop there. Nikken's ready for more. So we've taken 4 decades of wisdom with cutting edge vision. We are actively launching the next phase of this global corporation. We will soon be a household name, and you're hearing about it today first, which is kind of exciting. So the whole premise of the company, which is really cool, we're not about a product, we're about an idea, and that's the life-changing idea. Remember when I told you we're here to help? What we're here to do is share with you this idea of a balanced life of the 5 pillars of health to see how they're all interconnected. Healthy mind, body, family, society, and finances. And our plan is to help you achieve these 5 pillars. We're not talking about making a living or not being sick with products. We're talking about building a life so that you can live our core mission. So the bottom line to where we're going to accomplish this, our founder was super smart. He wanted to help people live a life of balance. And he said, what can I do to give people the tools to live that life of balance? So what he did was he set up a company to give you the levers to do it. The first pillar is healthy body. The Nikken Wellness Home is our product line concept, and the Nikken Wellness Home uses science to replicate nature so you can be healthy by choice, not by chance. You're going to hear more about that in a second. It's the antidote to our toxic world and the sick care system that feeds on it. And I want you to think about something. Many companies have little bits of wellness. Only Nikken has it all. In fact, I'd like you to make a list at the end of this call. Can you name me another total wellness company of any size anywhere on planet Earth? I bet you find chickens with teeth before you'd find another one of these. So as we continue, we make being healthy simple, convenient, affordable. We keep the bad things out. We put the good things in. We are here to help you, whether you're an elite athlete or you're someone that just wants to feel better or you're sick and are looking for some hope other than a brown bottle and a big medical bill. We have it, and we need no training or expertise. If you can lay, sit, or walk, we're going to give you the choice of healthcare versus sick care and put it in your hands. But I want to share something with you. We're not just stopping there. We're going to expand our idea of what health is beyond just sick care and ask you a very simple question that you've probably never been asked, that every one of us should have been thinking of all along. Is there more to health than just physical? Are your lives making you sick? How much of your job stress, financial stress, time stress? How much of your budget is eaten up by medical care? How much of your medical things don't you do, like go to the dentist because of money? Think about the lack of things that you love to do that you can't do because of the job that's only supposed to pay for your life. And then ask yourself, are physical and financial wellness inseparable? And why don't we talk about that more? So let me show you the full power of Nikken. The second lever that we put in your hands is the pillar of healthy finances. So we've got your health covered. Now we're going to talk about your finances. Nikken has taken 4 years of wisdom to combine the best parts of each type of business. We've taken the strength of a major corporation, the support and training of a franchise, the power, replication, and lifestyle of a networking company, and we put them all together to create the first home career. So no matter what your age or background, it's a chance for a new beginning. We don't ask you what you've done. We ask you what you would like to do and who you would like to become. You're not in business for yourself, or you're in business for yourself but not by yourself. We have a blast doing it. We do not get paid on training, signups, tools, events, or any of that nonsense. We only get paid when other people do, and we only get paid when people feel better. So finally, someone got the home business right, a business built fast yet built to last, which is a great thing. So just really quick, how to get started. You're going to hear more about this at the end. You can become a Nikken consultant for $99 plus tax, and wait till you hear the end of this presentation, what we're going to do about that today to make it even easier. Building a business is the easiest thing in the world. We connect to get ourselves healthy because that's our core mission. Then we help other people access the products. Our goal is to teach 3 people to reach 3 people to duplicate that simple process of getting healthy and sharing the products and the opportunity. Then as that duplicates, you will be paid as you duplicate globally. We call it relationship marketing. It's a wonderful thing. So to fully understand Nikken, the path to a balanced life, remember that thing I said, do you hurt, we can help? The way that we do it, to put it all together with those 5 pillars, they're not just a marketing campaign. We're actually going to bring them to life. We give you the first and the second pillars, healthy body and healthy finances. That's the levers. If you got money and health, your family's secure. If your family's secure, you can give back. And if your family's secure, you got your money, your health, you're giving back, you get the grand prize, which is peace of mind and the life and balance and humans being more. This is a company that can give it all. So you've got a lot of choices. You can be a customer for free and connect to the company. You can upgrade and earn a little walking around money by just sharing with some customers and helping people use the products. Or you can set yourself free and build a residual income with health, wealth, and freedom with the Nikken plan. And it's very simple. We're going to help you get started. Let me just say this before I pass it off. I want you to think about all the companies you know. Healthcare companies, major corporations, manufacturing companies, financial companies. I don't care if you're the CEO of Coca-Cola making 30 million, it's probably at the expense of your family or your health. You can spend all your time on your health and your hobbies, and what you end up with is you're broke. I want you to think about a company that can offer you health, wealth, and freedom, and make a list, put Nikken on it and see who else is on it, and see if you would like those things. And then it's just a matter of taking the right vehicle. If I want to go downtown Austin, I take 35 South. We took Nikken really simply because my family wanted health, wealth, and freedom. It was the smart way to go, and we love it. So the bottom line, we're going to introduce you to this company, the idea of the Nikken humans being more, not just living a life, but living an adventure where you can be healthy, wealthy, and free. So I'm going to pass it off now to my awesome friend, America's handsomest man and great speaker. Very glad to have you here, Dr. Gary Linder. You have an incredible background. You're all about helping people. You're all about helping people be prosperous. You got the next 10 minutes, my friend. Tell us about the Nikken technologies and your take on it. You got the ball. Call the ball, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you, Rick, and thank you for inviting me on here.
My pleasure.
This is, our passion, both Heather's and my passion and our purpose is to share this message of what we have to offer people. And I'm sharing, let's see. There we go. So what we're talking about here is with Nikken is let's first start with, what price can you place on your health? And I don't think you can, because really without your health, what do you've got? You really don't have much. So what we're looking at here is, and what this presentation is about, is really identifying some problems and then providing some solutions. So until we really identify problems, we really can't come up with a solution for that. And here's the problem, and this is a global problem. Nearly 70% of deaths globally are due to chronic disease. And we have the distinction in this country of leading the world in chronic disease and pharmaceutical consumption. So just to put a few figures to this, and these are updated figures. 60% of us currently have at least one chronic condition, 42% have 2 or more. By the time we're 65, 80% of us have 1 or multiple chronic diseases. Again, 7 out of 10 deaths are caused by chronic disease. And this is not just in the US, this is globally. And 86% of our nation's healthcare dollar, which is over about 3.4 trillion right now, is spent on treating and managing chronic diseases. Now, the part of that that really puts it home to me is that both the CDC, Center for Disease Control, and World Health Organization say that up to 80 to 85% of these conditions or chronic diseases are preventable. So here's the way we treat them. Currently, 5.8 billion prescriptions are filled in the US. And I realize those of you listening to this right now, this really isn't good news. This isn't like great holiday news. But until we're aware of this, we really can't address it. So that's why I'm presenting that. So that works out to 17 prescriptions per person in our country. And if we want to look at that globally, it's 15 per person in the UK. It's about 15 in Canada. If we look in Europe, it's pretty much about the same, 14 currently. We just did a presentation in Paris and I presented those figures there. And we're pretty much taught our entire lives to be consumers of modern medicine, and especially pharmaceutical medicine. You know, if you look here in the US, we are asked to ask our doctor about the next prescription drug nearly 90 times an hour through TV ads. And, you know, so it's like a brainwashing, but there is a better way. So what will consumers want next from their healthcare experience? Do you think we want more pills, more treatment with pharmaceutical drugs? I don't think so. I think people are looking for something else. So what we ask them to do is take a look at what we're offering. And basically we're calling it a self-care revolution. And self-care is pretty much about becoming aware of and then making choices for a healthier life. If we were to leave our health to chance, it's almost like spinning a wheel of fortune and hoping we're going to land on that healthy pie. And we really wouldn't want to do that because the chances aren't very good. So why is this such a problem? Why is chronic disease such a problem? Why is it our biggest health problem globally? If we look at it this way, in the early 1900s, the biggest cause of death and disease were infectious diseases. Pneumonias, gastrointestinal infections, tuberculosis, things along those lines. Today, it's chronic disease. So what's changed? Really, it's we don't change very quickly biologically, but we've changed just about everything else around us. So if we look any place in the world where modernization, mechanization, industrialization, processing of food has taken place, we see chronic diseases. And I think it's really for four simple reasons. And these reasons are things we're aware of, but they are also causative for chronic disease. They could be causative individually or in conjunction. And in conjunction, their effect is almost exponential on our health. So first of all, most of us walk around chronically dehydrated. 75% of Americans don't drink enough water and are chronically dehydrated daily. Second, we don't get enough sleep. And many times this is because we don't think of sleep as a productive part of our day. And we're willing to do just about everything else other than get the 8 hours of sleep that we need. And again, this is a global problem as well. Third, we have weight issues, which are pretty much fueled by excess sugar consumption. Currently, the average American consumes 153 grams of sugar a day. Now, in the 1822, I'll give you this figure. 1822, the average American consumed 9 grams of sugar a day. Currently, it's over 150. That's a 16-fold increase in less than 200 years. And the result is what? Overweight, obesity, diabetes. Diabetes is expected, a third of Americans are expected to be diabetic by 2050. And I think that's a generous prediction. I think it'll happen much quicker unless we take some steps. And lastly, we all live in a toxic world. Each of us carry over 200 contaminants in our body. Now, as I said, each one of these things is enough to cause a chronic issue. But many times, take a look at them. And the people yourself or the people you know, do they drink enough water? Do they get enough sleep? Are they monitoring how much sugar they're eating each day? And of course, are they taking steps to reduce their body of these environmental toxins? And usually not. So here's how this affects us. Heart disease, stroke, cancer, chronic respiratory problems, diabetes, and the list can go on and on. Here's another, there's chronic issues on this slide that even a generation ago, we never even heard of. So these are the things that have been attributed to these problems that I'm talking about. So the solution, drink half your body weight in ounces of water each day. Stay hydrated and drink healthy water. Get 8 hours of quality sleep each night and be well rested and ready for the day. You know, it's interesting, and I'll refer right now to a book called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, who's a neurologist at UC Berkeley. Read that book or go on Google or search for some little videos that he has and clips on this where he talks about our recycle rate being about 16 hours and why we actually need 8 hours of good sleep a day. Pay attention to how much sugar you're consuming. Look at labels and try to keep your consumption to a healthy level, which is 25 grams a day for women, 36 grams a day for men, not 153 grams. All right. Pay attention to this and take some steps to reduce your body burden of environmental toxins. In other words, what we need to do is to filter our air, filter our water. I'd say air and water are the two main ways that we absorb environmental toxins. The solution is brilliant. It's the Nikken Wellness Home. Pay attention to those things, but the Wellness Home then uses science and technology to replicate nature so that we can all be healthy by choice and not leave our health to chance. And we do this with our product line, what we call Wellness Home Packs. And first, I've thrown right in there the Kinko Air Purifier. That is one investment I think every family should do. And excuse me, I got my lawn guy out here. But anyways, I hope you can still hear me okay. So anyways,
Yeah, we got you.
filter your water with the water pack. This is great also for showering as well. Great sleep with the Nikken Sleep Pack. Energize yourself, reduce the amount of, say, drugs that you're taking or pharmaceuticals or even over the counter to help relieve some discomfort and some other things, and feed your body with nutrition. The Kenzen Vital Balance is great to break that sugar addiction, plus also very detoxifying and nutritious. We all learned a little statement the other day is that we make our nutritionals and especially the KV nutritious. You can make it delicious by adding some other things to it to the way you want. So what will consumers want next? I believe they want to change. We have a solution to offer. And what do you want? We ask you to join us, like Rick said, either as a customer or as a consultant, and help us spread this message. It is an important message. We're building a global wellness community, and we need your help. We really do. So we have a site we can get some more information at selfcarehub.com, where we invite everybody to learn how we can make every home a wellness home. So thank you, Rick. Sorry about the lawn guy, but not much control over that.
Gary, I got to tell you, we're all impressed that you even have a perfect yard in addition to giving perfect health. So I look to you as a role model, my friend. So thank you. And let me tell you, your presentation was awesome, man. I got to tell you, I'm going to re-sign up myself and get some more products because that was really inspiring. And I'm not kidding. The information you just gave is life-changing for people. And we really appreciate your expertise, my friend.
Thank you, Rick. Like I said, it's really simple things, but pay attention to it. And the beauty of the Wellness Home is we provide those solutions very affordably and very simply.
Yes, we do. And we got lots of help to help people navigate how to get healthy, don't we, my friend?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Well, along those lines, we are going to meet a wonderful couple that some of you know and some of you don't. Chris with a K and Emily Kiefer. You guys are absolutely wonderful people. Would you do us a great favor and tell us how Nikken has been a gift in your life? Because there's a lot of people would like to know. You're relatively new to Nikken. How is it, what's it been like for your life? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, there we go.
Hi, Rick. Yeah, we are absolutely excited to tell people about Nikken and how it's changed our lives. I went 10 years with a not being diagnosed with something that was racking my body with pain and fatigue and multiple surgeries. And even when I finally got diagnosed, best case scenario, it was medication that would help suppress the damage and not be a cure. And so we were introduced to Nikken, and I went from being quite bedridden, wheelchair, crutches, casts, to being able to get out of my bed and participate in the family activities that I'd been missing out on for so long. I initially began drinking the water and felt a difference and used the grounding pad. And like I said, I hadn't been able to do much for a long time, and I had gotten to the point where there was a lot of things that I didn't think I was going to be doing for the rest of my life, even best case scenario with what the doctors had diagnosed me with. And so I'm thanking God every day for Nikken coming into my life, because it's literally dramatically changed and improved my life and the life of my family, because they were along this journey with me. And yeah, my husband noticed the significant changes within about, I would say it was like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I noticed that she jumped right out of bed where normally she was going to be waiting for an hour at least to figure out whether she wanted to put her feet on the floor. It was just an amazing turnaround. She was feeling better, more energetic during the day with just a couple of the small products and no drugs that we're paying every month for and stuff like that. Throughout her use of these products, we've actually cut down on the pharmaceuticals she's taking. So, really it's a benefit in the long run because we don't have to continue to purchase drugs that are outrageously expensive
And making me sick with other side effects.
Yeah, so right there was the benefit. And then I've been a small business owner for a few years now and saw the benefits of Nikken, where I don't have to put out a whole bunch of money to try to keep it going. I don't have to worry if I'm going to be able to make my mortgage next month because my business might have declined or not. I can work this business and build it in my spare time and continue to grow it until that's all I have time for. A good friend of mine is always saying, one of those job things, it's so inconvenient. And I love that he says that because I get so excited doing Nikken and want to share it so much that I find myself wanting to prioritize Nikken, and my job is inconvenient. It is kind of a pain that I have to dedicate my time to somebody else when I could be dedicating it to building my own health and wealth in my life.
Great job, guys. Wonderful. Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us today. So you're going to stick with it, and you're just beginning your journey. It'll be amazing as far as you've come to see how far it's going to take you. And there's no limit, is there?
No, there's not.
Well, you guys are good friends, and we sure do appreciate you. And we're going to hear from your sponsor here next. Dave Johnson, our all-time top income earner in Nikken, pretty much everybody's upline. So we call him favorably Dave Raham, since he's the father of all Nikken. And as our top income winner, he couldn't beat anybody to push-up contest. So here you are, Dave. What say you about Nikken, my friend?
Oh, I'm glad I'm in. But we just got out of the Diamond Summit and meeting with our new president, Luis Kasuga, and he was just talking about why he was in there and what we're kind of talking about. We can dramatically change our health by changing our lifestyle, our environment. But also one of the things I think is really interesting that Gary just brought up is there more to health than just the physical? And going back to Luis Kasuga, he talked about why he's doing Nikken, and he talks about this huge emotional salary that you get. And if you can share this with somebody and they get all excited and happy and it changes their life, the greatest joy is giving joy to another human being. And I just love that aspect of this, and you never get tired of it. We've been doing this for a lot of years, but wow, I think one of the best things is to live long and live well, not just add years to your life, but add life to your years. And this goes really well out there. What are the things that you can do to have a more abundant life and live longer? And here's the reality, is that people with a strong sense of purpose who can articulate it, the studies indicate that you'll live about 7 years longer than someone who doesn't. That's a huge thing. In fact, there was a National Geographic some years ago, and the whole issue was dedicated to how to live longer and all of the studies that have been done. And there's a lot of things that we've already talked about that make so much sense. Just drinking the best water and drinking more of it, getting a good night's sleep. And Nikken covers every single aspect of it. In fact, one of the interesting things that has been studied that's really interesting is just our lifestyle, and including the people that belong to a faith-based community live many years longer than those who don't. And I think, wow, Nikken's even got that covered, because if you know anybody that lives on straight commission sales, they pray a lot, and so we've even got that covered.
That's awesome.
So I just love this business. I just think one of the keys of wealth is to find a way to do something different. And I think, wow, health, that's the biggie. Everybody's interested in that. Who wouldn't want to live longer and live better and to live a life with purpose? And I can't think of anything that I'd rather do that would better fit into that. And so we're looking for a few more people. We still have a few limited openings available. And I think we still have some product in the warehouse that we can pass out to people. So
That's right, Dave. And thank you for being here. And Dave and Valerie Johnson, and we're going to hear a little later from Dennis and Ruth Williams, are two Royal Ambassadors. That is a rank that's above all the ranks even. In fact, when you achieve it, you stand on a rock and just float up to the top of Nikken. It's so amazing. You don't make that rank, you ascend. So it's an honor to have you on here along with the Williams. We'll hear from in a minute. And Dave, we love you. You're like family and a great friend. So thank you for being here, my friend.
thank you.
Now we are going to go to a wonderful person, and we are inching closer to the incredible Nikken holiday surprise, ladies and gentlemen. So sit on the edge of your seats. Kimball Sargent, can you hear me, my friend?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. And today, since we're so close and so high enlightened, we will use our words instead of our telepathic connection. So let's pin your video, and you got the ball for the next couple minutes. What say you, Miss Kimball Sargent, Mrs. Kimball Sargent?
Well, I tell you what, I absolutely love Nikken. Almost 14 years ago, one doctor told me that I had to apply for disability, and that wasn't something that I could accept. And I had been hospitalized for the first time when I was 13 years old, and so there'd been about 30 years in between there. And another doctor introduced me to these products from Japan that I didn't know about. And I got my health back. Nobody in Nikken treated me or diagnosed me or cured me. What it was I learned about these energy products that put my body in the position to heal itself. But I'm an entrepreneur. I've been self-employed since I was 27 years old. I'm one of those rare creatures, perhaps, that just likes to have control in their life. And, you know, I'm fine with being conditions only. I mean, it does help your prayer life a lot. But when I saw the difference it could make, for me, I knew always that I wanted to be a healer, and I knew I always wanted to be free. Once I saw these products and this business, I got so excited. So why do I love Nikken? Well, as a business owner, I've had franchises and traditional business, and the structure's like this. And the only way the people at top make more money is squeeze those at the bottom. But in collaborative entrepreneurship, this is the structure. Here I am, and I can only be as successful as the number of people that I help grow successful businesses. So if people are coachable and teachable and they want to work, we have all the things here that we need. You know, there's, you know, Rick said this, you cannot name another total wellness company that's around because we have it all. We put it into one place. And we have the best compensation plan, I believe, in the industry. I've always said, if you're going to work for somebody, do you want to work for the people that pay the best or the worst? Well, Nikken's got a great compensation plan. We have magnificent leadership in this company. We have Luis Kasuga as our global president, and he has brought a vision and an energy to Nikken that is so exciting to me. We have a wonderful, in fact, Jeff Isom, who is the dean, or I don't know, he's a head of training in our company, and he's out in Greenville, North Carolina, and it's doing a Humans Being More training today. So this is a company that will help you grow as a person, but it will help you grow physically. But financial hardship is one of the main things that is causing stress for people today.
That's right.
And here we have a company where you can show people how they can either create a small business that helps them out tax-wise and brings in a little bit of extra money, till you can grow a global company of your own. And now with Nikken, when you sign on, you are right ready to do that. Anybody know anybody in Chile? Because Chile's open now. So this company has it all. So for those of you that are new to Nikken, you know, strap up, get with the person that sponsored you, and grow it. And for those of you that are on that are guests, talk with the person that invited you, because this is a company that can change your life both physically and financially.
That's right, Kimball. And you're awesome and you're loved. You know that?
Thank you.
And speaking of chili, I'm so glad we opened it, because one of my life's dreams is to eat chili on a cold day in Chile. So so I'd be eating chili in Chile. So I'm going to achieve that vision. That's what I promise. Now we're going to go next to another incredible couple, great Nikken leaders and wonderful speakers. Pam and Ron Barge, you got the next couple of minutes. What say you guys? Oh, you're muted. There you go. There you go.
Gotcha. Can you hear me now?
Most certainly can,
Hey,
sir.
good deal. Hey, thanks, Matt. Hey, listen, it's an awesome time. I have over 40 years, as you know, being a CPA and working with big business, little business, sole proprietor to publicly traded companies. And I have to tell you that I think being a network marketing professional, being in this business, it's a perfect business model. It may be not perfect, but it's darn good. I'll have to say that. And it's a stone cold fact that this is a great business model. I love Nikken because the company has a tremendous product line, second to none, really, and it can improve the wellness of every single person in the world. This isn't limited to just one person, another person. It improves everybody. Our products are first class, and we're the only company, as you pointed out, that offers a full range and a full complement of products. If you breathe, sleep, eat, drink, we got you covered. So, you know, and of course, Gary did an awesome job of outlining the desperate need that the whole world has for this. And the corporate leadership, I feel, is exemplary. We're blessed to have the quality, dedicated, professional staff that we have. You know, we just simply need to do our job as professionals and salespeople. You know, this time of year highlights that the big box stores have all their sales and they have all the overhead of the corporate world, and they have all those salespeople. Nikken, you know, we're lean and mean and we're skinny, and our sales force are the professionals that are out there, and it's great. I mean, I think this is an awesome time. I'm fired up, and I'm going to shut up and hand it to Pam.
Well, and I come from the other side, being a dental hygienist in my background. I was looking for something to save my profession. So I had problems with this, 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 and I can do this now thanks to Nikken, okay, and everything. So it wasn't a happy dance. Started with the products. I was introduced by a dentist, and I do my happy dance because I feel happy every single day. And I feel even more wonderful that I have the opportunity to help people more than just their oral area right here, and how to brush their teeth, how to care for themselves and have a healthy gut and think well and just have the energy. Energy is wonderful. And we've got all of that, because when your body's in balance, you've got it. Charge ahead.
That's
Go,
a
Rick.
beautiful thing. I'll tell you what, if Ron would have done that with his leg, it would have come off like a G.I. Joe. So I'm glad that was you. That's right. While I get Dennis and Ruth on, I want y'all to know when I was a kid, my sister had my mother's classic Barbie doll collection in boxes. And I found them one day and didn't know. And I put them in the little Corvettes and lit them on fire and blew them up with firecrackers, and I got in big trouble. So their legs do come off. So let's go to Dennis Ruth Williams. Are you guys on the live side here ready to rock and roll? Dennis Ruth Williams.
We are here.
There you are. Let me highlight your video. The other Royal Ambassadors in Nikken, our direct uplines, absolutely incredible people. You've taught us since the beginning, give it like a gift, not beg it like a favor. So as we get closer to the big Nikken gift, share with everybody what you think over the next couple of minutes about giving it like a gift and what a gift it is, my friends.
Yeah, it truly has been a gift. You know, when I got out of high school, I did what a lot of people are encouraged to do, go to college and get a degree and create a resume and pass it around and get a job with a good company and work hard and someday retire and live happily ever after. But after 12.5 years in that management in that major corporation, figured with all the drama and the politics, that wasn't for me. So I quit, and Ruth and I started our own business. And that one didn't turn out as well as we thought it should. And we had 3 kids starting college, so I got in the car business. And I was a Ford salesman for 5 years, and I did well. I was recognized by the Ford Motor Company as being one of the top salesmen in the country. But it was very stressful. I worked 7 days a week and long hours and straight commission. And, I could be salesman of the month. And then the beginning of the next month, I went from hero to zero and starting all over again. And, when we discovered Nikken, it took us a while to pay attention, but when we really saw the value of what we really had a hold of here, it didn't take us long for it to become our full-time career. And that was, a long time ago now. But, right now we're long past the typical retirement age, but we're still just love working together and inspiring individuals to discover a whole new way of life and then providing them the opportunity to live it by changing their lives through improved health and financial well-being. We just can't imagine anything we'd rather do to be more fun and be able to have the residual income still coming into us, where we are today. And so if you have any desire, you that are guests, to have more money, better health, and more free time, join our Nikken family and then take advantage of all the benefits. Nikken gives everyone an equal opportunity to become as unequal as possible, and you just won't find that in very many places. So here's Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
Hello. Here I am, pop up behind the chair.
It is good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thank you for inviting us. So I'm going to tell you why I'm excited. I've always wanted to be not bored. And since we have been in Nikken over 25 years now, I have been excited ever since we began. And actually, I've been very excited ever since we were at the San Antonio event. I came home excited, and then now just recently this week we went down to Irvine and got together with the Nikken people there at the home office and a bunch of other people, and had time to learn about some informative, interactive planning event there with the Nikken home office and about 28 other leaders. And it was really fun, and it was very informative, and we did some planning for 2020. And one of the things we learned about were the 2020 incentives. And there are a lot of them, and they're all very exciting. And we're soon going to learn about them, not today. Also, there's some exciting changes to be made, and there is one of them that I'm really excited about. And whoever thought of this one has had a brilliant brainstorm. And I did find out who did find out, that we'll soon find out on January 2020 with Ruben Yeskis, is going to be talking to us about our kickoff and on January 2nd on Thursday. And so that's going to be really, really exciting. And also in December is a really very good time for everyone to be able to get check up on their customers and get more of those customers and make sure that they're all registered customers, because they're going to be wanting to be sure that they have they are registered. And also that we're kind of changing the technology or terminology for them to have their own free account and we might give, and be sure to give them a catalog, and they can still order just the same. It all works the same, but just a little bit of different terminology so that they can have be valued customers and conveniently purchase the products, yet also having the opportunity to save as well. And it will continue to work the same with them being able to order auto ship at 25% off, and the nutritionals that are awesome, and also the skincare, which is very, very awesome as well, and be able to have those products that are organic and are so wholesome and life extending. I probably shouldn't make that claim, but I think that they certainly do make a better lifestyle for us. And the big thing though is to be sure that they are registered customers, and be sure that they have your contact information so that they have, in case they have a question. Now, Nikken has an update for you. It's on the Kenzen Vital Balance Shake. And that update and notice is that they make it nutritious, and it's up to us to make it delicious. I thought that was really fun. So it's an exciting time to grow Nikken,
Sure.
and we'll see you at the top.
You guys are loved. Thank you very much, Ruth. You are awesome. Dennis, you are awesome. And let's move on to some awesome, getting close to the big holiday surprise. And I know, Ruth, you guys are all wondering, Nikken is not finally going to release my CD recording of the Ave Maria. I know you're all waiting. That's not going to be, that's not going to be the incentive.
Hear you, right?
A cappella, I'm waiting for the right recording. So let's go to Ruth, our wonderful Ruth. You ready to rock and roll?
I am. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
And so,
You got a Ruth and a Ruth. Let me spotlight you here. There we go. Go ahead, Ruth.
okay, so Rick asked me to talk about why Nikken has been a blessing to our family. And I could go on for hours, but I know he only gave me a few minutes. So I want to give you just a little bit of background. I was a CPA by trade for about 19 years. I worked a ton of hours. I would go to work at 7 in the morning, come home at 11 o'clock at night. So when I had my first child, I had to get a nanny, a live-in nanny, because daycare couldn't handle the hours. And then it took us almost 6 years. We really struggled to get pregnant again. And finally, when my daughter came, I said to Robert, I said, I'd really like to take a year off. You know, we've got money in the bank, and I can always get back to work in a year. And he was like, okay, that's great. So a year came and went, and I said to him, you know what? Life is way too busy, and I want to be home with the kids. And I gave him all my reasons, and he said, okay, but I know deep down inside I was pretty stressed, because back then accountants made more than engineers, and we were going to lose about 60% of our income. So I know he's stressed, but I knew that was the right thing to do. So wouldn't you know it, that God blessed us and brought Nikken into my life at that moment. My daughter was 1, my son was 7, and we got introduced to Nikken, had amazing results with my grandmother, my neighbor, my family, my friends, and it rolled into a business. I wasn't planning on it, but it just happened, because sometimes when you just follow God's whisper and you obey, then things happen. So we started our Nikken business, and we moved from St. Louis to Florida, Florida to New York, New York to Chicago, Chicago to San Diego is where we are today. We got here when my daughter was 13 years old. This was her 5th state. And my son during that time frame went to 5 different elementary schools. And thank goodness we had Nikken in our family, because I was able to be home, take care of them, be with them. I mean, moves can be very traumatic for our children. And to be able to be here for my family and be able to have time to do things I want to do with my church, which I never had before when I was in accounting, has been a huge blessing. But this is the thing. Fast forward to today. I look, my son's 26. He is an entrepreneur. And I really have to I really believe that he's an entrepreneur because of what he saw at home. He saw me doing it in my living room, right? We're in our living room right now. Here's my desk. He saw me work at the kitchen table with people coming in and out, showing them the water and things like that. And he saw the ups and downs of my business, but he also saw the payoff of being home. Because one of the things he said to me one time when he was about 8 is, Mommy, how come Daddy doesn't want you to do? So I think our children are very observant. And I think, you know, if I had stayed in accounting and my kids would have never seen me grow and would have never seen how I reacted to people. And because I was home doing this business, it broadened their horizons. And that to me is a huge blessing. So yes, Nikken was a blessing to all the years while they were growing up, because I was able to God first, my family second, and then my Nikken business. And that's an important lesson for my children to learn. But now that I see as they become adults, they've taken what they have learned, what they have seen me do, and take it forward. And to me, that is the biggest blessing. So thank you so much for letting me.
You're incredible. Do you know that?
You're just as incredible, Rick.
And I see some really cool people back in the background of the red couch too. Hey guys. That looks like a really comfortable couch. I could sit on that.
Oh, it is.
12 hours. I'd be asleep in 19 seconds on that couch. So that's good. Except during this presentation, I'd be riveted. All right. In fact, now let's go to the right honorable gentleman, Mr. Ben Woodward. Sir, it's great to have you here. You are a good friend and a good man and a great leader. Are you ready to say a few words for some great people, Mr. Woodward?
I sure am. Always a pleasure to be working together with you, Rick, and with everyone on the call today. I'm thrilled to see not just a lot of people on the webinar logging in, but also so many people with couches full of people, like you see there with Ruth and with Ron and Pam Barnes there as well, and others where you've brought teams together to connect. What I want to stress is something that I've always felt is one of the greatest assets of this business. So often when people are considering Nikken as an opportunity to create something for themselves, as Ruth was saying, to become an entrepreneur, as Kimball was saying, she's always been an entrepreneur. So, when we look at people that are coming in and wanting to be a part of something, have something for themselves, we often talk about what is the best part of Nikken that we have to offer. Which product is the best? Is it the water? Is it the sleep? The whole wellness home. One person said the greatest product that we have is the wellness home. It's the whole package that we offer of complete wellness. At the same time, we have a great business opportunity. Perhaps it's that. You look at people like Dave and Valerie Johnson, that Dennis and Ruth Williams, yourself, Rick, and others on the call that have got incredible experiences over the decades that they've been in this business, where it's provided for them as a sole source of income or a primary source of income that has been able to look after them and look after their families. Perhaps that's it. Perhaps it's the great cause of humans being more, the chance that we have to improve ourselves, to become better, to put ourselves to the test and to see what we're made of, to take this environment that we're in and make it better. I think one of the greatest assets that we've got is the people that are in Nikken. The cause is fantastic and phenomenal, and that's a reason to join in itself. The products, we've seen so many people have their lives changed because of the products. That's a reason in itself. The business opportunity, the potential for what we can make for ourselves is reason in and of itself. But what I feel really keeps people locked in and helps them feel supported and gives them a chance for true leverage where they can become more and achieve better as entrepreneurs and self-starters is the fact that when they join Nikken, they become a part of a fantastic team. We have this wonderful saying here that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. One thing that I find is wonderfully unique in Nikken is regardless of where you are in the Nikken organization, everyone that you reach out to is always responsive and positive and willing to reach out back and provide help and support when you ask. The critical thing is that we have the courage enough to ask the question for help. My invitation to everyone is if you're considering joining Nikken right now, you're thinking upon some good stuff, but have the assurance, have the confidence in knowing that you don't get your success by working alone in Nikken. You get your success by working with others. This is a team effort. So please understand that. Whatever you accomplish, you will do it as a collective. And there is a huge group of people, as soon as you join this business, that have immediately got your back and are desiring your success and are committed to helping you to achieve more. So great decisions lie ahead. And if you've got any last thoughts, I think the next speaker is going to give you some good incentive to say yes, because I think I know what might be coming. So I'll pass the time back to you, Rick.
It is. We do have one rule for helping people, though, Ben, that we forgot to share. We had a meeting recently, all the top people. We will only help you between 12 and 12 on days that end with Y.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Very true.
You are awesome, sir. Thank you for